Certainly.
Was a second gunman part of a conspiracy to assassinate Robert F. Kennedy in the kitchen of the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles? Bobby Kennedy died 39 years ago today. Sirhan Sirhan confessed to the shooting. He's been in prison ever since. But a new documentary from the Discovery Times channel raises the possibility of a second gunman. Rob Beemer is the producer. Paul Schrade was the labor chairman for the Kennedy campaign, and he too was shot that night. Gentlemen, it's great to see you both today.
Thank you, Kim.
Good to be here.
So, Rob, let's talk about the audio recording. Where did it come from?
Well, it's kind of a long, circuitous story. It was originally recorded by a Polish gentleman who was working for had been working for a Canadian newspaper, and he happened to be at the Ambassador, and the FBI became interested in it later, but analyzed it, didn't find anything significant, and then it's been sitting in an archive for decades.
And Paul, what do you recall from that night?
Well, it was a really joyful night. Bob Kennedy was in trouble in California, but finally broke through in the primary election, and we were at the hotel, and it was just a wonderful experience because it was a tough campaign, and he was such a great leader, full of passion. We would have ended the war in Vietnam, so all kinds of economic and social justice questions would have been dealt with effectively. It was just a horrible night after a very joyful election.
Do you have recollections about how many shots you heard and where they were coming from? Did it seem to you at the time there could have been more people involved?
Well, I may have taken the first shot, and I didn't know that I would have been shot. The reason I think that is that when after Bob Kennedy was shot, he said, "Is Paul okay? Is everybody all right?" I felt I was being electrocuted because I was shaking violently, actually going into shock, and just passed out and came to on the floor later.
Rob, when you're doing this documentary, did you come to a conclusion about what really happened?
Well, I think anytime you have a one-hour documentary, it's not going to be the final word on a subject, but we were very excited about the test results, and we're also just excited that the experts will be able to hear the actual shots fired that night for the first time, and to be able to examine it further.
Rob Beemer, great to talk to you. Paul Schrade, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
A security scare for the Pope at the Vatican today. A man tried to jump into his uncovered Pope-mobile. He was able to hang on for a few seconds before security wrestled him to the ground. So how was this man able to get so close to the pontiff?